Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You'll return to subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, listen. The live stream tonight will be a members only live stream. I've been talking about it. It's called the Stevie After Dark live stream. It's going to be buck wild and crazy. And this will be my craziest live stream yet, but it will be members only. And if you guys don't have your channel membership, a lot of you guys been asking me about it. Look in the description box of this video or the other videos I've recently done, and the link is in there to become a channel member. Guys, I want to talk about a story out of Bartlett, Tennessee. And this story here is amazing, that nobody was killed, basically. Story I'm talking about happened yesterday, in which family members were in a limo going to a funeral procession, on their way to a funeral, and were hit by a freight train. Now, supposedly they're saying that this had a grandmother with a bunch of kids all riding together as family to go pay their last respects to a family member at a funeral. And I want you guys to take a look at this, man. You never know when your life will flash before your eyes, or whenever your next breath is your last, as far as anything. Take a look at this.
News at 6 starts now. Tragedy on the way to a funeral. A funeral home limousine carrying a family hit by a train this afternoon in Bartlett.
6 members of that already grieving family wound up in the hospital instead of going to their loved one's memorial service. This crash happened at the intersection of Sycamore View Road and Stage Road in Bartlett.
Fox 13's Jack Bellair joins us live from the scene tonight. So, Jack, how did this happen?
Well, it's not exactly clear who is at fault in this incident, whether the limo driver wasn't paying attention, the train engineer didn't properly signal, but what is clear is what you can see behind me. You can see the railroad tracks run right through that intersection. There are railroad crossing signs, but none of those gates that lower to keep cars from getting hit. Now you can see the damage to that limo in this video from earlier this afternoon. One side's completely caved in. The train pushed the limo off the street more than 100 feet up the tracks, and the car went through a fence before it finally stopped. Miraculously, no one was killed. A relative says the limo was driving the children and grandchildren of a deceased person just minutes before that person's funeral was set to start.
The funeral was set to start in about the next 20 minutes or so. So family in there just viewing the body and whatever. Because the family was trailing, this was the whole processional. So of course our family members saw when this happened. The people trailing saw this when it happened.
You can see that wreckage over there. That's where that limo finally came to a stop, right into that fence. Now, the funeral director was on the scene here. We approached him about the situation. He told us he had no comment. Darcy?
Well, Jack, you said earlier that at that intersection there are no actual arms, but do you know if the lights were working at the time?
Well, Darcy, I can tell you when we were out here, we did hear those bells going off. We saw the lights flashing. The question is, did that happen in time?
Yeah. That is Fox 13's Jack Bellair with breaking news tonight. Thank you so much, Jack.
The news first at 4. A train has collided with a car in Bartlett. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm April Thompson. Alex is off today. Bartlett Alderman Kevin Quinn says on social media a limousine headed to a funeral was hit. 6 people were taken to the hospital with injuries. WRAG's Brian Didlake is on the scene now. And Brian, what is the latest from the scene there?
April, right now the scene has cleared here at Bartlett Road as well as Stage Road, that intersection being where this family was hit at by this train. I want to show you real quick what investigators are looking at right now. We have seen some railroad investigators out here from CSX. They have been, for the past 30 minutes or so, been testing the signal for the train tracks here at the intersection of Bartlett and Stage Road. where that railroad crossing is at. But if we can come back over here, Bob, this is where that train hit. They actually ended up here where we see all this debris from this horrific crash. Again, in the last half hour, we did speak with a railroad investigator who says they are going to be taking a hard look at this situation. Bartlett police say they got a call a few minutes after 12:40 this afternoon. When officers arrived, they said a CSX train had crashed into a funeral limousine, that limo belonging to MJ Edwards Funeral Home. A family on scene says in the limo were 5 adults and 1 child, including the driver. No one died, but all inside the limo were all injured. The family was headed to bury a loved one. We spoke with a niece in the family who says she is just happy they did not have to plan any more funerals.
And so to see this mangled up car and to see how it was hit, instantly thought, man, to praise God in spite of, because we could have been planning more funerals, especially based on the impact of how they were hit.
Now, coming up at 5, we spoke with Bartlett Board Alderman Kevin Quinn, who shares the safety history of this intersection and his own experience as well when dealing with this intersection. Stay with us on the news at 5. But for now, we are live in Bartlett. Brian Ditlick for your news leader, WREG News Channel 3.
Yo, these people are lucky to be alive. A train, once it starts, that joint can't stop like a car. And then if you look at it, the way the impact was, it was coming from that side where it was all them woods and stuff. They said it ain't even no train barrier things to come down on it. I don't know why they didn't fix that. I mean, I've seen that in like small towns. I guess Bartlett is a small town. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how small Bartlett is. Anybody from Bartlett, drop that comment in the answer in the comment section. But I mean, damn, bad enough you got to go to a funeral, and here it is. Your life flashed before your eyes. And they said it was a limo with a grandmother and it was full of children. And for them not to be hurt after getting hit by a train, you see the damage of that vehicle? That's a miracle in itself. I mean, I'm glad everybody made it out okay, but I mean, this is one of those situations where the strangest things happen that make the news, that make you wonder like, man, you know, what would you do in that situation? I wonder if they even seen it. You know what I mean? And I know he probably was hitting his horn, but I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, things are just wild out of here, guys, for real. That's why you never take a day for granted. And hopefully these people will make a smooth recovery and won't have too much PTSD every time they go to a railroad crossing, because something like that, man, is a horrific ordeal to go through, to get tossed around like laundry in a machine. Now, I don't know if they had seatbelts on. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you something. I've been in a limo one time. No. I've been in a limo I'm lying. I've been in a limo, I think 4 or 5 times. But every time I went in there, everybody was just sitting around. It wasn't like no seat belts except for the 2 back seats that face forward. You know, with the center console, they had people sitting on the side didn't. But I mean, either way, man, it's just a miracle everybody survived. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. These people, I hope they know how lucky they are, because I mean, that was nothing but God right there. See you in the next video. Take care.